everyone, my name's Dean. Let's talk crypto. This is where you subscribe for daily Bitcoin updates and technical analysis. We track the price of Bitcoin as a proxy for the cryptocurrency markets at large. Today is October 10th, 2021, and Bitcoin is looking like it's still correcting. Been saying this for the past 4 or 5 days. Hope it's not tiresome to you. It just is what it is. I'm not going to lie to you and tell you that Bitcoin is going to run immediately. No, first it's going to correct, then it's going to run and melt faces. And this correction isn't going to be that big a deal. I see it going down to 51.5, 51.6 thereabouts, and then turning around and literally just rocketing up, and melting resistances left and right. So it's just a temporary correction. It's healthy. I mean, it's quite clear too. I mean, there's a lot of people out there, a lot of YouTubers with large followings, a lot of analysts writing articles on Decrypt and, reputable sort of news sources saying that we may not correct. I just don't understand. I mean, look at the chart. What do you not see? What do you see that's kind of a continuation pattern? There's 3 tops here, right? Anybody who has any understanding of technical analysis can show you that that's definitely a head and shoulders pattern, right? That's not even a stretch. And that price action definitely tried to go up 3 times and failed, right? And then we're going to go into exactly the anatomy of this. Since I apologize, I did make mistakes, and I hope that this is also a learning experience. I've been personally, and if you're subscribed to the channel, you'll know, I've been trading Litecoin, been longing and shorting all of these different waves that I'm counting, and I've been doing the best I've ever done, ever. I've never traded this well without a loss, and I'm just like out of my mind. Now, I'm still humble in that I know that I'm making mistakes, but I'm trying to get to the point where I'm so precise that even when I make mistakes, I don't lose money because I'm still right enough to call a long or call a short, if that makes sense. Like, this is what I'm looking for. Like, if you're looking to make trading a profession, if you're looking to quit your job and just trade and not worry whether the price is going up or down on your favorite asset, be able to make money on the bear market and the bull market, you have to be precise and you have to learn this stuff right. And so this is part of what I'm going to share with you, my process in trying to get to that place. Like, I've made a lot of money in the past week, more than I've ever made trading, just straight up trading up and down, left and right with, leverage and stuff like that and not making errors. But, for me to say, I want to, forget my W-2 and just do this full time, I want to get to the point where I'm super precise. And I did make some sloppy errors and I apologize, but I hope that is helpful for you. If you like learning from other people's errors and not making them yourself, like this video, share, subscribe, because I might make more errors and I hopefully will call myself out and you can learn from that. So what I do, I counted the B wave short yesterday. So let's first here, Nicolas, attends, j'enregistre mon fils. Attends. So let's first look at this. Sorry, that's my son. It's Nicolas, attends. J'enregistre. Attends. So let's look at this head and shoulders. So we all know that we all know that this is a clear head and shoulders, right? And that's not hard to see. So let's remove it so that we can see some more of what's going on here. So I'm just going to hide this, and we can see that my B wave here is just like a B wave should be, right? It's comprised of 3 waves. This is the A wave. So the A wave's 5 waves down, okay? The B wave is A, B, C. The A part of the B wave is 3 waves up, right? 1, 2, 3. The B part of the B wave is 3 waves down. 1, 2, 3. And then the C part of the B wave is 5 waves up. And this, for it to be valid, it has to be a diagonal, an ending diagonal. Why? Because the second wave, and I'm going to count this out with you right here, if we're starting And that is, if this is, here, let me turn the magnet off real quick. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4 comes and encroaches on 2's region. So that makes it, if it were not an ending diagonal, it would not be a valid Elliott wave count, right? Because that's one of the rules. 4 cannot come into the region of 2. And then that's 5. So that's how you see, Nicolas, s'il te plaît, mon cœur. That's how you see this is that. Yeah, headphones. That's the ending diagonal, 5-wave ending diagonal. Okay, so that's your B wave complete in my estimation. And now we've finally begun our. So after we complete this B wave, right? What happens? So let's just remove this just to be clear. Price continues up and gets rejected. Okay. Price gets rejected. There are not enough buyers to keep going up. So that's the B wave ending. And now with this rejection, you start seeing your A, B, C correction, right? And your C wave is forming right now as we speak. And the C wave, and if you want to zoom in and see the anatomy of this B wave, you will see exactly what we just counted here. So let's do that, because right, we're trying to get precise. You don't want to be, there's a lot of people that have made a lot of money in this space and can't do this because they've never needed to. That's how forgiving this market is. Like, even with sloppy counts, and myself included, right? Even with not even counting Elliott waves and just, using some indicators, some EMAs here and there, nothing wrong with that. You can more or less predict whether price will go up and down and, make a career out of it. And a lot of people on crypto Twitter have. But if you want to be consistent, if you want longevity in this space, if you want to make life-changing wealth in terms of trading, if you want to be an elite at investing, being able to read a chart, find out the tops, find out the bottoms, this is the kind of work you need to do. And I hope that you appreciate this. So we're going to zoom into the smaller time frames, not to degen, but to count these waves. All right. So let's go into the 5-minute chart. And again, if our theory is correct, this is 5 waves down, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here, let's just count that out really quickly. Let me turn the magnet back on. Okay, so this is the rejection, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's 5 waves down. Now you start your B wave. So that's your A wave, which is 5 waves. Now B wave, again, is counter to the trend. The rejection is down, but the B wave is going to go counter to that. So the B wave's, again, going to be made up of 3, 5, or 3, 3, 5. Okay, so 3 up. So let's put that. One, 2, 3 up, right? 3 down, 2, 3, right? So I hope you can see this. I'm going to change the color in a second. A, B, C. 3 down. Let me change that color to something more visible. Okay, so you see that. 3 up, 3 down, and then 5 up. And again, you have this 4th wave, and I'm going to count it out for you just so you can see for sure. This 4th wave coming into the region of the 2nd wave, which means it has to be an ending diagonal, because the 4th wave cannot come into the region of the 2nd wave unless it's a leading diagonal or an ending diagonal. Okay, so we'll see that. And I'm counting this. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm counting this consistently in a lot of these different projects in the B wave, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 comes below 2, which would invalidate it if it was a regular 5th wave, and 5. Okay, this is really important because to count the end of the B wave is a superpower. Why? Because the end of the B wave which is the C wave of the B wave, which is these 5 waves, right, is the optimal time to short. Okay, it's not. It's the best time to short, but it's not always the most prudent or the smartest thing to do, because if your count's off, you can get smoked quite easily, right? So it's always best to wait for the retest, and that's easy to do. If so, just say that you think that that's correct, right? Wait until this comes back. So if that's correct, then you're going to form the 1 wave, buy on 2. Do you see what I mean? Because right, what comes after that? So we got 5 waves down, A, right? Then we get our B wave, right, against the trend, and the C wave is going to be 5 waves down. The first wave is going to be down. The second wave is going to be counter to trend. Buy on that retest. Always buy retests. Not financial advice, but like that's just smart, right? If you want to be prudent, buy retests to confirm your count, to confirm your theory, because it's, as you see, if you're following me, like, you can have a lot of this knowledge and still be wrong because you were a little sloppy, because you were in the wrong time frame and it looked a certain way, right? It's not that there's a wrong time frame or a right time frame. It's just certain time frames can be misleading for certain patterns, right? Anyway, I hope you appreciate that. If you do, like, share, subscribe. And yeah, that's why I think that we are in basically the C wave of this 1 wave. So let's zoom back out to gain some perspective. And actually, let's delete all this stuff. Well, let's see. Maybe we don't need to delete it. Yeah, let's delete it. It's a bit messy. All right. Okay. So, if I'm correct, this is basically forming the 1 wave of the 5 waves down of the C wave. And let's just count that out really quickly. Again, precision. Because when I'm shorting, when I'm longing, and this is quickly becoming a trading channel, but still we're tracking Bitcoin, we're doing technical analysis, you're learning, it's educational. So it's along, the same lines of the mission of why this channel started. And just to be clear, I don't need this channel. I don't make money on YouTube. And even when I do make money on YouTube, I can't imagine that'll be anywhere close to the money I make trading. But I actually gain a lot from sharing my ideas. And I actually watch my videos and speak to myself, because sometimes I need to hear my thoughts out on paper and, critique them, learn from them. Sometimes I don't listen to my own advice. So this is very helpful for me too, and I hope it's helpful for you. Anyway, I think this is the first wave forming, right? So let's just say it's going to go like this, something like that, something like that, something like that. Okay, how did we get the terminus of the C wave? Simple. We identified this as being a flat ABC correction, right? Not a zigzag, but let's see. It looks like a flat, more like a flat than a zigzag. Why? Because the B wave, so for a flat correction, the B wave comes between 786 and so 70, is it 75%? Yeah, between 75% and 90% of the A wave. Let me double check that. Let me double check that very quickly. These are all things, the more you do it, the more like you retain, but you always want to make sure. Okay, yeah, so for flat corrections, the B wave will come anywhere between 786 and 90% of the A wave. So 78.6 and 90%. So if you pull the fibs really quickly on the A wave, boom, you get that the B wave comes actually past 100%, but it's not a running flat that I thought it was, some days ago, because the running flats you'll see ending between 1236 and 1618. Okay, and they kind of just wicked. So let's delete this. We're on the 45-minute chart, so it's not like that huge of a chart, but we're wicking above this. So I would say it's more or less on par with the A wave. The A wave. it's more or less on par with the A wave right here. So I would say it's essentially a flat correction. And in a flat correction, the C wave comes anywhere between 100% and 123.6 more of the A wave. So if you pull the fibs, that essentially means that, so we want a downside target. So we're going to go from down to up, pull the fibs. That means you want to target the 2 or the 2.236 you see, because it's 100% more, or 123.6% more of the A wave. So that's how I got the target here. And actually I got it. I'm not, we don't have time right now. But I was a little more precise in how I did this. You know it's going to fall between the 2 and the 2.236, but it's somewhere in between because I use pattern analysis for this rising wedge to find where I would think it would fall. So that's basically how I use confluence with two different methods to find the terminus. Okay, so let's just say we're halfway in our one wave, right? And again, I didn't measure this. You just saw me draw this out kind of sloppily. But if I'm trading this, I'm pulling my fibs and I'm trying to find exact targets. And that's basically what I do when I'm trading and I'm trading Litecoin right now. But anyway, so we have the information. What we have the A wave here of this ABC correction, right? So what we can do is essentially just pull fibs on this A wave to find where this correction will end, and that will be theoretically the end of our one wave. So let's just do that really quickly. And so the A wave, we want a downside target, so we're going to pull from down to the bottom to the top. So again, we're looking for anything between the 2 and the 2.236. So let's just say conservatively, we're going to end the one at $53,239. Okay, and that is basically where I'm getting where I got the 5%, right? I hope that makes sense, right? I'm saying, I know it's very clickbaity, but I actually did do some measurements and some analysis before saying that we were going to drop 5% for Bitcoin. So that's basically your 5% drop to about 53,200. So that's what I'm anticipating for Bitcoin. Again, very quickly, you all know, if you follow this channel, I've been trading Litecoin. I've been using the same techniques that I just went over to find targets for Litecoin, and I've been extremely accurate and making a killing. Just longing and shorting and beating the market, like destroying the market. Basically, when I decide to long or when I decide to short, the market hasn't caught up yet to the point where they're paying me, because other people are still doing the opposite. So my funding fees are positive, if that makes any sense. Not my funding fees, but my what's it called? Your realized P&L. My realized P&L is always positive because I'm always a step ahead. This is how powerful these tools are. And I'm not saying that I'm a great trader. I aspire to be, but I think the key is really precision and really mastering these skills. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that was useful. If you got value, like this video, share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. I wish you all the best of luck. I got my ass kicked for a really, 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 really long time before getting to this point. And there was a lot of times that I wanted to quit. And if you really love this, just don't quit. Just be careful. Use little bits here and there. Try to use bonuses to trade. Practice. I don't think paper trading really helps because you can't really simulate the rush of making a lot or losing a lot. And even if your portfolio is $10, that's your portfolio. Losing 50% of your portfolio is a big deal. And trust me, you don't need a lot of money to make a lot of money with these tools. Again, I grew my portfolio to 5 figures with $50. Okay, so if I can do it, anybody can do it. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow.